Hi, this is Steve Gould. I'm coming to you from In-Room Connections for another Tech Talk. This one's focused specifically on timeshares, how to buy Wi-Fi for a timeshare property. The real problem for the timeshare property is the entire industry is focused on providing standard box solutions. One door, one sleeping room. Holiday Inn Express, Choice Hotels, all of those, even the higher end, still have the same essential layout. The timeshare is different in that it's got one door, often broken into an A-B unit, two doors, and each one of those doors can have multiple sleeping rooms. They can also have kitchens, multiple bathrooms. All those create problems to get the signal into the room where the guest is actually trying to use the Wi-Fi. And so basically, how do you judge the solution being proposed to you? And that's a little bit about what we want to talk about. First of all, there's tons of parameters you can look at that just are what the technologist should be using to make sure he's doing it right. RSSI, CCQ, signal to noise ratio, SNR, and so on. But the reality is it's got to be a real world test. Will the devices actually work? These devices have a third of the power. If you look at the other tech talks, it'll talk about these devices and the challenges they create. So the real answer is you've got to get your Wi-Fi signal into the room. We use a lot of different solutions to get into the room. In-wall solution, something that looks like a smoke detector, one that actually has multiple connections. All of these are appropriate, but they've got to get into the room because the real world solution has to work. The connection between the device and these devices has to be powerful enough. But then there's other things you need to look for. Self-healing networks. You're in a timeshare. You may not have the same resources, the same engineering team on staff 24/7. So the network itself needs to be able to heal itself, reboot equipment, reboot access points, reboot switches, reboot links between buildings. The second is the end-to-end connection. From the phone to the access point is not the most critical thing. It's the infrastructure that happens behind the access point. How the buildings are connected. Do they go across your phone lines? Do you have a VDSL2 connection? Are those self-healing so that if they go down, they come back up? Finally, talk a little bit about the support. Critical to have good support because these timeshare guests are not in a hotel. They're assuming they're in a better supported property. They're calling down to the front desk. The front desk needs to have support directly for them or for the guest. And then secondly, there needs to be three-tier support. So the guest can make a call, the front desk can make a different phone call, and finally the management team, if they need to talk to someone at the management level, they can. So you need to have the support required at all levels from the guest all the way through the management team. But the most important thing in making your selection is going to be references. You need to have spoken directly with people who are in the exact same industry, getting the support, getting the in-room devices that's going to make it work for your style property. And it's not necessarily going to be one of the national providers. You're going to end up using someone who really understands and has engineered solutions for the timeshare industry. Thank you. Another Tech Talk. Hopefully this one and a couple of the others are going to give you the right answers you need.